Hi there, welcome back. This is part 2 of the abbreviated videos we've designed to teach you a little about the parents interacting with children, or PIWI model. If you haven't yet watched the introduction video, please do that first. If you want to see the wealth of related training materials, you can download them by clicking on the link here. Otherwise, hang on and stay with me. Here's the larger agenda for all of the videos put together. But this particular video is focusing on dyadic interactions and strategies. We're now going to take a look more closely at the important parts of the PIWI model. Not that they're not all important, but the parent-child relationship is the most important part. The central role of all parent-child relationships guide how all of the other parts in the PIWI model work. Focusing on dyadic interactions gives us a window into the parent-child relationship. It allows us an opportunity to learn more about the dyads and better support the competence and confidence of both the parent and the child. Take a look at this slide. I want you to think about a good relationship you have been in your life and what makes it good. How did that good relationship with this person develop? It began by interacting. It's through many interactions over a long period of time that a relationship is formed. Relationships have emotional connections that endure over time. They have special meaning between the two people. They create memories and expectations in the minds of both parties. Repeated interactions lead to fairly predictable relationships because the infant or toddler begins to know how the other person will respond. This pattern of responses creates the emotional connection that the infant has with the other person. Most adults respond to infants in fairly predictable ways. They too form emotional connections when they repeatedly care for an infant. The dyadic interaction involving two people are a big part of our everyday lives, but aren't something that we ordinarily spend much time thinking about. Think about the characteristics of a mutually satisfying relationship or mutually satisfying interactions that lead to a relationship. Number 1, shared emotions. No matter what the emotion is, it feels great if the other person tunes into what we're sharing and what we're feeling. A shared laugh is wonderful. Shared sadness is comforting. Joint attention. The two partners are on the same topic, weaving together their contributions to that topic. Predictability. In a good interaction, we come to expect the kind of responses we'll get. We know what to expect, and this allows us to feel secure and competent in our interactions. And finally, reciprocity or turn-taking. In good interaction, neither person dominates. Each turn is related to what happened just before. The interaction is connected because the partners take turns listening and responding. In order for this kind of interaction to occur, each individual must play his or her role. Each one must be readable, use clear signals so the other one can understand, and also be a good reader, tuned into the other's signals. All of this boils down to being sensitive, warm, responsive, and accepting of the other person. There are 5 things that adults typically and very naturally do as they interact with young children in a way that helps to create a match between the child's personality, temperament, interests, and needs. 1, set the stage for interaction. 2, maintain child's interest and attention. 3, establish reciprocal roles or turn-taking. 4, match and follow. And 5, support and scaffold learning. We'll cover these in more detail now. But first, pause this video and download handout number 3 so you can follow along with the next set of slides. Okay, take a look at this slide. Mom has clearly set the stage for interaction by placing the infant in a position that puts them face to face. This position makes it easier for her to imitate what her infant does, like vocalizations, facial expressions, or anything else. She also uses the cushions from the sofa as a support for her child. There are no toys or objects. Mom is trying to use herself as the object of the interaction. She has set the stage for a fun interaction to happen. This mother obviously has her child's interest and attention as they play peekaboo. She's using many of the examples discussed for maintaining a child's interest and attention. She's a fun, interesting partner and is demonstrating warmth and encouragement and enjoyment of her child. She's watching her daughter's emotional signals so that she'll know when she needs to calm down, the interactions, or provide some additional elements of surprise to keep her daughter's interest and involvement. She might decide not to pop out when her daughter expects it. This mom is playing a turn-taking game with her son by rolling the ball back and forth through the tunnel. She's also saying, "My turn, your turn," as they play the game. These kinds of games help to establish a routine of I take a turn, you take a turn. This is reciprocal roles. Match and follow. This is an example of match and follow. This child is very interested in the trampoline, but not jumping on it. He's looking to figure out how this new object works. Mom is following her child's lead as she leans over to look to see what her child is looking at. She comments on the trampoline and supports what he's interested in. Support and scaffold learning. In this example, the child is very occupied with putting things in, using the materials that the adult has just demonstrated. Because he's having trouble handling both the box and the cotton balls, the adult is steadying the box for him, thereby helping him go beyond what he could do alone. She is also talking to him about in and out, building his understanding of what he's doing, as well as giving him words and concepts. Turning dyadic interaction characteristics into strategies. In order for us to help adults become more conscious of these characteristics, the Peewee model builds on naturally occurring dyadic interactions by turning them into strategies. As adults become more conscious of these strategies, they can use them to adjust their interactions with children to create better, more responsive matches. Take a moment now to download handout 4A and B. It's 2 pages. It looks like this. Feel free to pause the video and unpause when you're ready to follow along. In order to provide opportunities for adults to see how they can use these strategies within the flow of everyday interactions, it helps to be a good observer and notice and comment on what they already do. So, you'll be watching a short video of a parent-child dyad. Download handout 4A and B and follow along. You can pause this recording at any time. This video shows a mom and a 14-month-old reading books together. As you watch, look for strengths and watch how the adult uses the dyadic strategies. Use your handout to take some notes. Go ahead and pause this video and click on the link to download the video clip number 1. Okay, what did you observe? Set the stage. Position works well for reading books together. Mom can see the child's face. Books selected are appropriate for the child. 2, maintain child's interest and attention. Mom used fun voices when reading the book to make the interaction fun and engaging. Mom paid attention to the child's cues. She paced the reading interaction based on the child's responses and cues. Reciprocal roles. She gave clear cues that it was the child's turn when time to turn pages. The interaction while reading the book showed pieces of turn taking. Mom would read and then pause. Mom's turn. Then the child responded by pointing, vocalizing, pretending to eat the Cheerios, etc. Child's turn. Then mom would read again and pause. Match and follow. Mom did a great job of following her child's lead. Mom would label and comment on child's interest, allowed time to follow the lead based on how the child responded. And finally, support and challenge. Turning pages. Mom would pull the page up a little so the child could successfully grasp the page and turn it. Clip number 2. We'll do the same thing. We'd like you to watch another video of a mom and child playing together. Use handout 4B to record your observations. Remember, this is your time to practice observing the strengths in parent-child dyads. So pause this video, click on the link on this video so you can download and watch clip number 2. So what did you observe this time? How did mom set the stage? She changed positions several times to be in a good position to have face-to-face interaction with her child, developmentally appropriate toys. How did she maintain the child's interest and attention? She used fun voices and sounds to get the child's attention and keep her in the interaction. She made noises to pull the child back into the interaction. She paid attention to the child's cues. How about establishing reciprocal roles? She held the bird and said tweet, 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 and then paused for the child to respond. The child reached out for the bird, and then mom repeated, tweet, tweet, tweet. Mom pretends to take a bite of the object and holds it out towards the child and says, your turn, and then says, my turn. How about match and follow? Mom followed her child's lead when the child would switch from one toy or activity. Mom would switch her focus. Mom built interactions around objects the child was interested in, and she imitated the child's vocalizations. And finally, support and challenge. She guided her child's hand to feel the different objects in the book. Mom labeled the objects for the child. This wraps up our brief summary of the parent-child dyads video. I hope you could see how the Pee-wee philosophy comes through. Stay tuned and take a look at the next infant-toddler training module whenever you're ready.